Okay, let's see if I can get this to work correctly, and we'll get us into the program so I can show you how it works. The assignment was roots, and it's talking about square roots. So let's go ahead and play this and see what we can find out. Alright, so we're going to say play. Alright, which of these numbers can go into each box? What times itself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times will equal 32? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. And 2 times 8 is 32. So that answer would be 2. Work out. Square root of 1,000 to the 5th square. Alright? So what's the square root of 1,000 to the 5th square? What's that asking you to do? Basically, it's asking you to divide, or to find out what times itself, times itself 5 times would equal 100,000. So let's think about that. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, that equals 100,000, right? So the answer there would be 10. Okay? So, and 10 plus 9 to the 2nd power. So that's 9 times 9, right? So what's 9 times 9? 81 plus 10 would be 91. So your answer would be 91. Find the square root of 16 to the 4th square. Okay? So find the root of 16 to the 4th square. So we know it can't be 4 because 4 times 4 is 16. Obviously it wouldn't be negative, so the answer has to be 2. But let's check that. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 8 is 16, so that would be the right answer. Okay, work this one out. 256 to the 4th power. What would be 256? What would be the root of 256 to the 4th power? I don't know. Do you? I tell you what. Let's cheat on this. Well, now 81 would be what? 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. And 27 times 3 is 81, I believe. Is that correct? No. Whoa. Wait a minute. Let's see. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 21. Times 3 is 81. Yeah, so that answer would be 3. Now we got to figure out what 256, what times itself 4 times equals 256? 6. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 3 or a 6, wouldn't you think? Let's try 6. 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Ooh, that equals 1,000 and something. Alright, let's try 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's 81. Okay, well, it's starting to click at me now, so let's go ahead and tell it to solve it for us. Let's see what it says. Alright, see what it says here? Square root of 256 to the 4th square is 4. So it'll be 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And we already figured out 81 would be 3, right? So what's 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 81. So our answer would be what? 3 times 4 is 12. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. So 12 would be the right answer. All right, here's some more. Whenever you see the square root sign like this, it says tell me what that number is underneath it to the fourth power. Let me rephrase that. What that number is, what times itself 4 times would equal that number. And we already know what, it was 4 before, right? And this would be 3. So we got 4 over 4, right? And 4 over 4 would be 1. Good. We know this one is 10. And we know this one is 3. So 10 over 20 would give you half, right? Good. Find the fourth roots of 0.0081. Okay, so we know 81, the fourth of 81 is 3, right? So what would the roots be of 0.0081? Good question. We know the answer is going to be 3, but is it going to be negative 0.03 or negative 0.3 and 0.3? So, I would recommend, just for cause of speed, that you use your calculator on this. So we got 0.03 times 0.03 times 0.03. Whoa, that's getting way out there, isn't it? How about 0.003 times 0.0. Let's get a hint. Find the fourth roots of 81, which we know is 3, right? So we know it's going to be one of these two. And so if I do 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3, that gives me 0.0081. So that's going to be this answer right here. Okay, now these are pretty hard. I agree with you. This level of exercise is actually at algebra level, which would be upper 8th grade or 9th grade. So that's why these are so hard. But we know 10,000, the fourth of 10,000 is 10, right? What's the third of 64? So we know this one is 4, and this one is a negative, so my answer has to be negative, so it's going to be one of these two, right? Because a negative times a positive is a negative. And what times 4? It would be, good question. Let's get the hint on this one. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So this would be 4. So 4 times 5. Is that right? 4 times 10. 4 times 10 is 40. And that's a negative 40, right? Let's see if that's right. Wow, it is. Okay, and it continues on like this. All right. So as long as you understand the foundation, what it's asking you here is what times itself 4 times equals 10,000. And we know that's 10. All right? And what times itself 4 times equals 81? And we know that is 3, right? Is that correct? Using our calculator, what's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 equals 81. So that's 3. So 8 minus 3 leaves 5, correct? But what's going on here? Why is... Oh, that leaves 8 minus 3 leaves 5, and this is what? This is 10 over 5, right? 10 over 5. 5 will go into 10 twice, so your answer has to be 2. This is how the problem works, okay? I'm hoping this video helps you some, but we'll see, okay? It says we're on fire now. Ooh. What times 3,000? 10 times 10 is 100. And one more 10 times 100 is 1,000. So this would be 10. And 32. What times itself is 32? It's going to be a small number, right? 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. And 2 times 16 is 32. So this is 2. So this is 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So this is 2. This is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So this is 2 over 4, which is half, right? Wow. We got us a silver medal that time. Don't want to play it again. I think you see how it works, right? And if you go back in, if you finish one and you don't understand what to do with it, you can click on any one of these and it shows it to you again, and then at the bottom you can select solve the solution, and it's showing it right here, right? I guess it doesn't show us how to do it because we did it correctly. What is this one showing us? Work out this one, right? And we know it's 10. How do we know it's 10? Because we found out this was what number times this number. This would be 3, and this would be 4, right? And 3 times 4 is 12. So it's reviewing now. That's what it's doing. Let's go in through and review all these. And when we solve the solution, it's not going to show us the solution because we already did it. So let's go back to the results. Okay? Now, review my questions. It tells you how much each of them are worth. That went from hard to extreme. That's why we got it. This one, I don't know what the deal. I guess we needed help. That's why it's showing those. And because we got help, we didn't get the full points. Okay? Let's go out of this and let's start from scratch. I want to show you something here. Okay? Now, if I don't know how to play this, I can ask it to show me, to teach me. And if I click on there, it gives me these things to give me a chance to figure it out. What's 7 to the second power? What's 7 times 7? Is that 49? What's 4 to the third power? Right? 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 16 is what? Oh, not 4. No, that's not how you do that, is it? I'm telling you wrong too. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4 is what? Is it 64? Okay. Well, let's check this. 3 to the 4th power. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. Times 3 is 81. So we must got them in the right order. Let's submit this and see. We got them right. This tells you that the opposite of squaring is square rooting. The square roots of 49 are 7 and negative 7. How can it be a negative? Because you're multiplying it by itself, right? What's negative times a negative? It's going to make it a positive. So the positive numbers would work and the negative numbers work. That's why it's showing both of those, okay? There's a special symbol, the little check mark thing, for the positive square root. So square root 49 is 7. Okay? The opposite of cubing is cube rooting, where you got the 3 in front of the little check mark, the square root sign, is a symbol for cube rooting. So what's the square root of 64? Cube root would equal 4, since 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. The fourth roots that goes through here of 81 are 3 and negative 3, because if you multiply those out 4 times, you'll get a positive number. Okay? I hope you're catching this. Drag the right numbers to this place. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16, right? So we drag this over here to 16. So square root of 2 equals 16. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 equals 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 100 is 1,000. 10 times 1,000 is 10,000. 10,000 times 10 is 100,000. So that would be 100,000. So 5 square root what? Or 5 root of what would equal 100,000? So we know the 100,000 there, and the answer is going to be 10 here. What did we do wrong? Oh no. Look, it shows us what we did wrong. Isn't that amazing? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 4 times 4. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 equals 16. We got that part right, right? All right, but what do? We reversed these. This should have been 16, and this should have been 2. And we did the same thing down here, right? We had 10 in here and 100, 1,000 out here, and it should have been reversed. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's cancel that. Now, it's asking, do you want to play? And we're just going to say, no, we'd like to quit. And we're going to get out of this, and I'm going to stop the recording.